Okay, so continued, because the story's so long. So he was sending messages to everyone, just talking crap about me, like, oh, look what Tara did, and blah blah, she's abusing me because she quit, and da da da, and so I took my daughter to LA a month ago, and a month ago I received probably 4 different phone numbers from him. He would send a mass text message with 20, 30 different people in the message, tagging the website about me, just trying to get people to, like, I don't even know what he was trying to do. And nobody likes him. His own family doesn't talk to him anymore. His sister blocked him. Like, nobody talks to him at all. His sister, my aunt, is like, don't give your stepfather my number. She hasn't talked to him in years. His other sister hasn't talked to him in like 10 years. His 2 brothers don't talk to him. His mom, my grandma, was like, your wife needs to divorce you. Like, they're just, nobody, yeah, so he's desperately trying to find someone to agree with him. He has one person who agrees with him, and that's his nephew, Skylar. And ironically, Skylar has the same birthday as Russell, and they act very similar. And I noticed narcissism runs on that side of the family in the men, and Skylar does kind of do that. But what also runs on that side of the family is schizophrenia. My other cousin, his other nephew, who was always very close with, he doesn't have narcissism, so he sought help. He's on medication. He's good now. Like, he's super. He's amazing, mature. About it. But the narcissism is what stops them from seeking help. Knowing that they're in the wrong. They have to be right all the time. So, gosh, I remember when I worked for my stepfather, there was a tip jar. He had a tip jar on the table because he expected us as employees to tip him, the boss. And I'm like, you're getting 50% of, like, it's commission. You're getting 50% of the service fee. Like, that's my tip. Like, I'm here to do my job. Anyway, sorry, I have like ADHD things, or I just kind of go from here to there. But, so that's been going on for years. And so what happened, well, I haven't seen him in years. We all blocked him. He's not allowed around us. We see our mom twice a week for dinner. Like, he's not allowed to be there. He's not, but we're all very, very close. And so a week ago, I dropped my daughter off at school. A couple weeks prior to that, he was texting me, all this crap, and it's just like, he just can't stop. So a week ago, I dropped my daughter off at school. I'm going home. I see him on the road. I recognize his car. They've had the same car for years. I recognize him, and I was like, oh crap, there he is. We get to a red light, and I see him driving up really fast behind me to get behind me. So we're stopped at a red light, and then I see him behind me. I see him in my rearview mirror, and I'm looking at him from my rearview mirror. And then the light turns green, and I go. There's no phone in my hand. As soon as the light turns green and I go, that's when he honks at me, when the light's green. That's when he honks at me. Like, there was no stalling. Like, I immediately went when it was green. And then he honks at me. And I was like, okay. I was fine with the texting and the calling. He would call us at 4 a.m. and leave weird voicemails of what sounds like him hitting his shoe on a counter. He's in like this weird culty religion now, and so I was just, okay. The honking is what did me in. I was like, okay. So I did a U-turn, and I was like, I'm gonna go visit this man that I haven't seen for years, who sits behind a screen thinking he can say whatever he wants about me. I'm gonna go see his face. So I park, I walk into, whatever, and as soon as I walk in, the first thing I say, I was like, hey, what's up, you honking at me? And that's when the video starts. He immediately gets up out of his chair. I actually did not think he was going to act that way. I did not know how bad he was. When he started talking about seeds of Satan, that's the moment I realized, I was like, oh, like he's showing signs of other things that I didn't notice earlier. Like, he's seeing things that aren't there, and I'm like, oh. And like my boyfriend and, you know, other people I've noticed, they were like, he was like, he looked like he wanted to hit you. And I kind of felt that too in the video. So I was videotaping for my own safety, because I know how he works. Like, if he's being watched, he has to act a certain way for his own self-image. He likes to seem a certain way on computers. So, you know, he does his videos. He can go back and edit it and whatever, but that video was not edited. He can't go back and change anything. That was him as raw form. Oh, I forgot. He has made multiple YouTube videos about us too. He's deleted them all because, for whatever reason, but we did screenshot them. So we have screenshots of his YouTube videos, which I'll ask my brother if he can add those pictures here. I don't know if he can. He's deleted a lot of stuff that he's wrote about us. Again, we've ignored him for years. We just ignored him. I did go to a judge. I asked for a restraining order before that video happened. The judge said, I don't see anything. I don't see any reason for me to approve of this restraining order. So yeah, I did try a restraining order. And the law has not been on our side. They have not been helping us. They didn't even ask for evidence. I brought in all this evidence of this harassment Russell's been doing, and they just, it was like a 5-minute thing, and they're like, nope, we're not going to approve of this. And then he kept harassing me for another good while, and then he honked at me, and then that's when that video happened. So I think I covered everything. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff. So yeah.